Hello, my survivors and members of the Horde, and welcome to Mondoid, your one-stop shop for all things Project Zomboid. And this week, scavenging of the Neo kind. Now, before we get too deep into this blog, because it's a rather lengthy one, which is good, I apologize ahead of time for how I sound right now. I've caught some sort of bug, and I spent all day today being Monday, lying down and hoping that it will go away, and it hasn't. So I kind of just wanted to wait until my voice was at a point where I could actually use it and it didn't hurt too much, because the show must go on. I thought about taking the day off from creating videos, but I thought that would be a terrible idea. So I'm at least going to be creating Mondoid for tomorrow, and you'll have like a normal 2 to 3 videos tomorrow in that way. Especially since you guys didn't get Project Zomboid yesterday because of how sick I was and I just wasn't feeling good and etc. etc. So pardon or bear with me as I sound definitely not nearly as good as I normally do, which is to say I even sound good in the first place. And let's get into Mondoid. So, there's a lot to talk about here, and one of the cooler things that they do is they push Neo Scavenger down our throats a lot, which is awesome. Because Neo Scavenger has, it's been around for a while actually, about a year now. But it has recently hit Steam, and has kind of caught a little bit of attention. I myself have been playing a lot of it. I did an early look of it. Twiggy has been doing a lot of streams of it. It is a turn-based survival game with heavy focus on just pure survival in a post-apocalyptic world. If you haven't seen it, check out the video I did on it. You can easily find it on my channel. If I remember to, I'll put a link in the comment section, or rather, I'll put a link in the description box below so you can go check it out yourself. It is a cool little game that is really deserves all the attention it's gotten. So, the first little part they talk about here is called releasing. Since it's been a long time since we had a stable release go out in Steam proper and Desura, we're going to call time on the current Steam beta very soon. Basically, what they're saying here is that the beta version is going to become the official version very soon. They said this 2 weeks ago, but the things popped up, and they said we made the mistake of saying that it was going to be out 2 weeks ago, and then things came up, which they have yet to learn. Tisk tisk. This isn't nearly as bad as other things that they have announced and then have pushed back. But essentially, the beta build is going to be the official build shortly, so that's good. Secondly, launching. They're going to be going back to having a game launcher, which is awesome. A pre-game launcher, which is good. Zomboid, if you weren't around back then, actually used to have a launcher before you played the game, where you could fiddle with some of the options outside of it, and that is coming back, and I'm glad to see that because it's going to allow a bunch of other things. One, they could show their own web page that displays info for all users without a time limit, and which can be updated on the fly between versions if need be. We can have it contain useful links, etc., etc. We can provide more options in your settings to get some more options. If your settings somehow get fucked up, you can actually fix this in the Steam launcher without actually having to go into the game where your settings are already fucked up and fix it from there. So the launcher is going to add basically convenience. They also said they can make compatibility mode a lot more visible when it's needed, and and then they say something about Neo Scavenger. Essentially, the launcher is going to make just a lot of convenience things for everybody. So that's going to be good to see that kind of come back. I'm excited for that. That's good. Also, the Steam OS build has the beta version of the Steam OS has released, which is awesome, and it basically gave them an extra reason to push the joypad, because they want to make sure that with the Steam box going out with the Steam controller, they want to make sure joypad and controllers are going to be fully functional. So they're really pushing hard to try and get that joypad functionality set and fixed. So we'll see if that actually ends up getting done, how quickly that actually ends up getting done. I could see why they would want to get that fixed up, especially with the Steam OS finally launching, or at least the beta version of it finally launching, so that's good. Modeling, basically a lot of technical babble here that I don't really know much about. Basically, Andy has been busy converting 3D character exporter from the evolutionary dead end that is XNA into the frustrating but open world of OpenGL. What I got from this, and I'm not a huge technical guy, I don't understand a lot of it, but what this is going to allow once this is all said and done is that if you want to mod new weapons, character skins, animations, clothings, animals, and etc., then this is going to be super easy for you to do once this is in OpenGL. From what I could tell, XNA is like an awful program or coding or whatever it is that it is, and going to OpenGL, though frustrating to do it because they've already done so much work in XNA, is going to allow for a ton of modability for all those modders out there. So I'm excited to see what that actually ends up bringing, because we could see new animations and all kinds of good stuff, new weapons, all these fun things that all these players could bring. So I look forward to seeing what actually this ends up bringing. So we'll see. And then we got compatibility, basically fixing the Steam overlay bug, as far as I could tell. Yeah, so Steam overlay bug getting fixed. And then lighting, Romain is basically taking a little break from, doing his normal stuff, and instead of going out and doing something normal, like going out and enjoying time and maybe taking a week off, like a little vacation or something, instead he just created some fun things to add to the game. And this is why you should come to this blog and check this out, because the video here you're going to want to watch, and the video is of like lighting effects and stuff. So he's got thunder and lightning going on in the game, so a lot of cool, neat, unnecessary but nice fluff things to add to the game to add that immersion feel and a lot more mood to the game. So that's really exciting. Awesome stuff. I'm excited to see that stuff actually get into the game. And then finally, a big old paragraph about NPCs. So I'm going to break this down real quick, because my throat hurts and I don't want to sit here yelling about it this whole time. But one thing they say is this doesn't mean NPCs are coming soon, but they are talking about what they're doing. So lots and lots of times they've been saying, we're working on this new system that's going to allow development for NPCs to go much, much, much quicker. And what they have done so far is meta to real to meta code apparently is already functional. So once this is complete and they tie the meta events represented as cards to the actual scenes that play out in the game, this means we can make massive progress and involve the entire team and maybe one day the community intimately with the design and evolution of meta events. So the way they talk about the meta system is kind of like this card game where these things are happening off screen and these events are happening off screen, and whatever happens on the card, if you come across it, it'll play out in real time. Other than that, it'll just happen off screen. I would suggest going and reading all of this, because again, I am not feeling too good, and I can already tell my speech is not nearly as good as I would like it to be. I'm not able to think clearly, and it's kind of bothering me, actually. I'm really frustrated that I'm not able to get the points I want to get across. But basically, after that meta stuff that is being developed, a side effect of this, and just one of the great design philosophies that come from this way of thinking, is a planned partitioning of the map that will divide smaller areas of the map into regions. It will think of areas like that row of houses, that street, and that skill surrounding the grass. There will be logical map partitions that will have adjacency and can be tested for security via construction and barricades. Not only will this solve our issues of zombie migration, make us logical transitions for zombie to move between, but NPCs and players alike will be able to secure both buildings and potentially entire streets, having them zombie spawn-proof as well as understood as a single secure location. In short, a Woodbury situation. Something that's really... This is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time, and I'm looking forward to being done. Being able to clear out an entire street, build a wall around it, and have this nice little town that is completely secure of zombies, and zombies cannot spawn in it. As of right now, that's not the case. It's just not possible. You can do houses, but you can't do blocks or streets and stuff. But with time, hopefully that will be done, and it'll be it's something that they're working on. All part of the metagame, essentially. And the last part is go buy Neo Scavenger. Guys, that's seriously a really cool game. I highly suggest checking out Neo Scavenger. Especially if you're a fan of Zomboid, you will definitely love Neo Scavenger. It's a lot of fun. But I'm going to wrap this Mondoid up here. I'm feeling awful, and I want to go back and lay down on my bed and cry myself to sleep as my throat hurts from actually talking for 10 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're one of those once-a-weekers, I will see you next week. If you're a regular, I will see you later today. And as always, I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye.